So I'm having a chat with Danny of From Ashes to New. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks so much. So, first things first, we've been playing a new single of yours called Armageddon. What can you tell us about the single, first of all?
It was one of the earlier songs I think that we wrote for the record, and really helped shape the vision of the record. I think it's indicative of, I guess, the scope of the record sound. Um, it was a song that we were really excited about, and the fans have received well.
Mhm.
Uh, it's got its heavy moments. We feel like the chorus has some cool lyrics to it, and the record was actually initially going to be called Armageddon because of that song, but then we decided to go with Blackout because it kind of sounded cooler. And we figured if there was an apocalypse, the first thing that would go down is the grid, probably. So there would be a blackout, and that would be the start of the end. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the concept of the album.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is coming out on July the 28th. How does this record sound in comparison to your previous records?
Man, it's got a lot more attitude, more grit. It's heavier. Sonically speaking, from like a sound standpoint, it is the best sounding record we've ever had. I'm never one who's ever paid attention too much to like the mixes that come back. We're like, oh, this is the song. It's mixed. Here's how it sounds. Give us some thoughts, et cetera, et cetera. When we got this album back from the guy who mixed our record, his name's Joseph McQueen. I heard things and frequencies that I felt like I'd never heard before. It was the most well-rounded sounding record I've ever heard, and I was ecstatic. This thing has crushing bass and super crisp, high fidelity, high end, and it sounds incredible. So, if any of you haven't pre-saved or pre-downloaded it, you're gonna want to do that for when it comes out.
Yeah, most definitely. And you get the chance to play these tracks live when you head out on the road all across the summer, across the US. I bet you can't wait to be on the road again.
We are on the road currently, and we are playing some of these songs. So we're out with In This Moment, Motionless in White, and Fit for a King. And we are playing, it's either three or four new songs off the record. One of them is not even released.
Mhm.
We're playing Dead to Me every single night. And that song is just an absolute banger. It goes off every single night. Even though people don't know the song, um, it is a really good moment in our set.
Yeah, great stuff. And you've got another month of touring across the US, but what's the plan for the fall and later this year? Are you hoping to come over this way?
Yeah, so uh, album drops on the 28th. We're gonna do a headlining tour to support the album. That's the plan for the rest of the year. And then we got Shiprocked in the beginning of next year, which is a festival rock cruise type thing,
Mhm.
which is really awesome. And then we are hoping to come over to Europe. Um, we're kind of in talks right now. We're trying to make something work out. We're always trying to come over there. So we really want to make it work for this upcoming year, but isn't quite yet a solidified, guaranteed plan yet.
Yeah.
But we do want to come over.
Yeah, great stuff. Now, when it comes to the writing, and especially the writing of this record, how do tracks tend to start off? Is it normally a lyric or a melody or a riff? How do things tend to start off for you guys?
It starts off with whatever inspiration comes first. Sometimes someone will get an idea in their head and it'll just spark a chain reaction where they go off on their own, and they're kind of building this idea out until they reach, a point where they're like, all right, I've laid out all my ideas, bring it to the table and let's complete it. Sometimes we're all in a room together working on something. Um, Sometimes it starts with a riff, sometimes it starts with a melody, and any single one of us can kind of start an idea. Sometimes someone will bring an entire idea to the table, like, "Hey, I have this whole song,"
Hmm.
and Lance is usually the one who does that. So it can be anything at any time. We don't have a strict set way of creating songs because that's not how inspiration
Yeah.
works. Sometimes it just comes to you when it comes to you.
And how, once you've got kind of, let's say, the music written and done, how easy do you then find it to add the lyrics to a track that's already been kind of ready to go? It just needs the lyrics.
Yeah, so sometimes we'll write the lyrics based off of how a certain song feels and the vibe that it's giving off. Other times, there have been times where I scrolled through my phone and I was like, "Ooh, I kind of like this set of lyrics that I already had. Let's see if I can just try to sing it over this track." And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it's just like a match made in heaven. Like these lyrics have been sitting in my phone just waiting for this song. So it could be any avenue. It could be any combination of events that happen. Sometimes it's the lyrics that start it. We're like, hey, I got these lyrics, and it would be cool if it went to something like this. Most times it's there's music there, and we try to come up with lyrics, or we find lyrics that we have that fit in there.
Yeah. And is there any lyrics that you absolutely love, either that is already in one of your songs, or a lyric that you really want to use in a song in the future?
Yeah, there's a song that's not released yet. I don't know if I want to spoil the lyric right now, but it we decided to hold off on it for this record. We like the song. It was just a problem of we have too many songs that we love, and we have to cut something off. And there was this song where we were like, we're okay with holding on to this song for right now. We love the song, and we can maybe put it out on the next record. Um, there's a lyric on that one, and there's a lyric on "Hope You're Happy" that I really like. The chorus lyrics are "Should I sing you a happy song with a noose around my neck?" And that's kind of it takes a shot at the industry where it's like, this industry is very tough for artists, and when outside noise, whether it's management or friends or whoever, try to come in and like put their own 2 cents in, things can get really convoluted, and you can stray off a path, and start making music that maybe doesn't speak to you. And then it's just like, like, what do you want from me? Like, you're saying to do this. These people are saying to do this. Those people are saying to do this. Should none of this is making me happy. So should I just strum you a little happy song while I'm ready to hang myself because I don't want to do this anymore? Like, so that's kind of it was a cool, clever kind of shot at outside people trying to dictate the way that we sound. Not necessarily dictate, but like trying to have control over or influence on the way that we sound. And it's like 99% of the time, there's no one who's going to have a better idea of how this band should sound than the band itself and the producer that we're working with. So that is one of my favorite lyrics.
Yeah, good. And when you guys step foot into the studio, obviously the demos and everything is done, so you know what you're going to do. But how do you then take it from that demo to a finished track?
Yeah, we just start laying it down. We kind of have an idea of like certain things on a demo that we're like, all right, this is fine for now, but I think we're going to come back and change this and make it better. We always try to look at a song and go, is this the best that it can be? Or is there something that we could do that's maybe entirely different or just a little different to make it better? And then, we all each lay down our own kind of identity onto the track and get it recorded, get the best takes possible out of us. In demos, it's usually just the take that works. For the finished product, you want the absolute best take that you can get. Sometimes that means doing it 100 times. And that, I think, is the big difference. Getting the best take out of every little piece really is what sends a song home.
Yeah. And do you guys layer up the track in the studio, or do you do it all as one live take, or how do you guys do that?
Oh yeah, we're nowhere near cool enough to do it all as one take. So we lay it down individually, bunch of layers and different effects, synths and software beats and all sorts of effects and stuff. And there's 3 to 5 vocal layers at any given point. And so yeah, it's very much so not raw as far as our music style.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Well, Danny, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Thanks, man. It's a pleasure being on.